Hello everybody, welcome to Ageless Rock. In my previous video, I did a presentation on underground cities in Turkey. Today, I'm going to bring you to Unit 16 of Drum Street in Edinburgh, Scotland. It looks like an ordinary town on the surface, but the mystery lies beneath your feet. Although this Gilmerton town was in the past just a mining village in the medieval times, do not underestimate what lies beneath this building. Below the building on the left is a system of tunnels and chambers with unknown origin. It is still a mystery since it was discovered 300 years ago. There are many possibilities of who created them, but they are all flimsy connections at best. In 2017, ground-penetrating radar revealed more tunnels, passages, and chambers. That means it has yet to be fully excavated. Gilmerton Cove is small and not very impressive to those who are not into megalithic culture. It is also famous for paranormal activities. For those who are interested in chasing ghosts, this cove is for you. Maybe there are a few more similar mysterious bedrock digging in Britain, but for now, I will compare that to those in Turkey. The architecture of Gilmerton Cove and those in Turkey, such as Derinkuyu and Kemakli, are very much the same to me. The technology and architecture used for the 200 underground cities and Gilmerton Cove are the same. Although it is called a labyrinth, it is actually too small to get lost. It is small enough to fool everyone into believing that it was carved out by a blacksmith called George Patterson in 1719. He completed it in 5 years and used it between 1724 and 1735. The cove has features such as a well, a fireplace, a blacksmith forge, and 2 backfill tunnels just waiting to be explored. The problem with this narrative is that George Patterson was a blacksmith, not a mason. He cannot be hammering metals during the day and hammering bedrock during the night to avoid being seen. 5 years wouldn't be enough for this job. We know George Patterson used this subterranean sandstone cove as a secret hiding place to stock his alcohol because he paid fine for supplying alcohol on Sabbath day. Also, in 1725, Scotland imposed a hefty duty on alcohol. So illegal alcohol became a rampant and good business. George Patterson was extremely likely to be part of it. This underground system has 7 chambers, 10 feet below the surface. Each chamber has a skylight shaft which is now closed. I wonder when did Scotland have bedrock drilling technology? It is also illogical to assume it was for light when Scotland actually rains a lot. The bedroom will be wet or flooded during rainy days. There are 2 entrances. One is 1.6 meter high and the other is 3 meters high. That's pretty odd to me because one is a little too low while the other is way too high. This is a huge undertaking. So how can the entrance be a mistake? Unless it was not meant for human, which might mean it was not made by human. Have you seen any house with this kind of door sizes? Besides being used as a drinking den, illegal alcohol stockpile, home of a blacksmith, it is also believed that Knights Templar used these underground chambers for gathering. The Presbyterian Covenanters used this as a refuge in 17th century when they revolted against Stuart kings who believed they were the divine, infallible, godly rulers. Whoever created these chambers and tunnels would know this unique area with structures that look like tables and benches. It has a circular hole known as a punch bowl, but I don't think I want to drink anything poured into this hole. How do you clean this on a regular basis? To me, it is a mysterious hole because no one knows what it is for. I have a very good reason to believe that humans did not create these enigmatic tunnels and chambers. Look at this big hole right in the middle of the passage. It would not be safe without the metal grill. So how can this be possibly done by someone who is so careless in design? This well is also a baffling hole to me. It is very nicely done but not finished. It ends where you can see the bottom. The circular structure looks very much like a machine cut to me. If you just want water, there is no need to make the surface smooth. Just keep going 120 meters deep and you will be at sea level. That is a crazy thing to do for water when Scotland has too much rain. I rely on tool marks to determine the tools. My simple observation shows that these are done by a single stroke too long to be of chisels and hammers. I don't know what can cause this, but it is the same as those around the world, only in megalithic sites. There is also another shape in Gilmerton Cove that looks odd on the so-called table. It is the block that looks square or rectangle, intentionally created that way. The block in the middle of the table structure in Gilmerton Cove reminds me of the similar block shape in Peru and Turkey. It is called Intihuatana in Peru. Whenever Intihuatana is present, the area is usually called Temple of the Sun. I will leave that for another topic for another day. In 1782, it is believed that the poet Alexander Pennicuik carved onto the stone above the fireplace in the cove, which was later removed. Some believe it was never there, but whether you believe it or not, there is a space above the fireplace for such an inscription to exist. But this fireplace has no shaft or chimney for smoke to escape. Although it cannot be a fireplace, the poem was documented above the structure that looks like a fireplace. It reads, "Upon the earth thrives villainy and woe, but happiness and I do dwell below. My hands hewed out this rock into a cell, wherein from din of life I safely dwell. On Jacob's pillow nightly lies my head, my house when living and my grave when dead. Inscribed upon it, when I'm dead and gone, I lived and died within my mother's womb." Gilmerton Cove is not only a network of secret underground tunnels. One creepy passage currently seems to lead towards Roslin Chapel and Roslin Castle, while the other has a direction towards Craigmillar Castle. No one will ever know until it is fully excavated. Maybe when fully excavated, it will lead you to Scone Palace in Scone City. This is where Jacob's pillow is believed to have been brought to. This will be another video for another day. If you visit Gilmerton Cove, you must visit Roslin Chapel. When you are at Roslin Chapel, you should walk around Roslin Castle. I think the megalithic mystery will make your head spin for a few days. I will make another video on this site. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for watching my presentation on Gilmerton Cove of Scotland, and see you next time. Martian Leaf Andraste.